so that we minimize ukambali. The DCIA.
I think now we want to listen to the sub-county security committee members, representatives. So the sub-county commanders, the one who is representing Mr. Chia, after the OCS, then we will finish with the chairman, who is actually the... Thank you so much. Come, very first.
A great number of members of public. Some of the areas we are policing are very fast. Like, if I may take here in Kajiado, I'm surfing an area with a radius of about 150 kilometers. And we have only one vehicle. It's an old vehicle. Although it is serviceable, we are not badly off than the way we started. But this vehicle, we are given fuel at a rate of 15 liters a day. In a month, it amounts to 450. All the offices in Kenya, not only in Kajiado. The 450, if you divide in a month, it is 15 liters a day. And we are expected to cover a radius of 150 kilometers. So with the Land Cruisers, the engine capacity, with 15 liters, it only covers at most 50 kilometers. And that one needs to be improved. In some stations, because I'm talking on behalf of all the OCSs in Kajiado County, there are stations with no vehicles at all. It becomes very difficult to police the police work without having a vehicle. Because me, I can be called anytime, even at 3, at 2, and somebody is in distress. What should I do? I'm not able to move, and a citizen is in distress. I get mental torture because I cannot help. I start looking for, where can I get assistance? Who can assist me? So it becomes a mental torture. It becomes very difficult. It becomes a toxic work environment. Sir, please, where there's no vehicles, improve on that, and we shall appreciate. It will make our work very easier. This issue of training, sir. Recently we had merger between the APS and the Kenya Police. Some of the APS officers were trained in a different background initially. When they crossed over to the Kenya Police Service, from observation, I'm talking from observation, it is a bit difficult for them to cope up because these are different services altogether. I urge if they can be retrained for better service delivery, because it is as if we are forcing them to give service when they have little knowledge of what they are supposed to do. So I urge a retraining on that field. Also, for our serving officers, sir, what we have observed is that we have officers who have left training colleges 20 years ago, 25 years ago. He has never went back for any promotional course. He is not conversant with the changes which has happened. There are so many legislation. We are law enforcement agencies. We need to be aware of the new legislation, new gazettement. So this officer has no knowledge of what happened since he left college 20 years ago. And we expect him to give services as per the regulation which is in force at the moment. I urge on that note, if maybe we come up with some policies to train our officers regularly, at least in 2 years, everybody must have gone back to college, learned one or two things for better service delivery. This issue of shortages of personnel we have not been recruiting for the last, I think, around 3-4 years. And this issue of natural peel-off, like retirement, death. So we are facing some shortages of personnel. There are some places which should be, we should open police posts, police stations. But with the personnel, the kind of personnel we have, we cannot make it. So maybe at the national level, sir, if you can engineer some, we do some recruitment to supplement our numbers. There is issue of officers abusing drugs. Our officers, some of our officers have gone to drug abuse. And these are the officers who are handling firearms, who are handling members of public. And the challenge, the serious challenge which comes on that note is that we used to have, it is good that our IG is here. We used to have a network at the police headquarters where we can take those officers for rehabilitation. Currently, there's a sort of breakdown in that system, so it becomes very difficult to assist those officers who have indulged in drugs. So, and it becomes a laughing stock when you have officers in uniform and is drunk, and you cannot help other than maybe hiding him somewhere. So, sir, it is better if you can improve, if you can get somewhere where we can take our officers if they have abused drugs. There is issue of police buildings, police equipment, sir. Some of these stations, the new stations, has no office facilities. Like a case of Bisil police station, used livestock offices. There's no single police building at that place. And you know how difficult it becomes to serve members of public. You don't have where a governor might come and visit my office. I don't have furniture. I don't have a good chair. Somebody will ask, where's your toilet? I feel embarrassed sometimes. I say, no, the person who is holding the key has misplaced it, sir. I don't know whether you can hold it for a while. So these infrastructures, it becomes embarrassment, sir, to some extent, because the chair you are using is very old. It has been left there since time immemorial. So we need to improve on at least office equipment so that it becomes also, you get even confidence to serve members of public. Because so many people come to my office. My MP comes to the office, I squeeze him on a plastic can poly chair. There was a contractor who was constructing the public service board, county assembly houses down there, offices. I gave him a can poly chair. It break down and the person got down. I felt embarrassed because it was very heavy. The chair cannot hold the weight. Lastly, but not the least, on the issue of promotions, especially promotions on merit. Observation is that it is good officers to be promoted when they merit, but I also urge all ranks and all cadre of promotions, for corporal, sergeant, inspector, whatever, it has got distinct roles. And when we promote people and we are not taking them to colleges for training to fit in their new roles, it becomes a bit difficult and it misses the point why somebody was promoted. So I urge all those people who have been promoted on merit maybe to be taken for a course befitting their rank. Because we have had a situation where somebody has been promoted from corporal up to inspector, and he has never went for any course. And I think it will not augur well for that person to perform his duties because he has not been trained on his new rank. Lastly, because our deputy governor is also here, I urge the county government, which also has got roles to play in the security sector, like our towns, especially here in Kajiado, you improve on street lights because it will help us to police it better. With those few remarks, sir, I thank you for your coming. This is a very nice interaction because you have heard from the horse mouth, we are the boot on the ground, and we are happy for your coming. Thank you, sir.
Bibi, kwa fursa ya waziri, kabla hatujaenda to the next level, iko OCS mwingine ako na jambo bani. No, hawa ni wengine, ni sub county level. We umeenda na yangu bwana. Lete. Iko Aguman ni OCS. Lete hiyo kitu. Hakuna OCS yako na jambo, you are 19 of you. Hakuna kitu ya kuongezea? So kama hakuna ako karibu katwe.
My names are AJAABU CS, our IG, and all the protocols observed. Good afternoon. My names are Rachel Dume, OCS Masimba, sir, and I have one article that I wish I can share with you, sir. The issue of welfare of officers, especially issues of medical, sir. We find that most of the time when we go to hospitals, we get challenges, especially maybe we have patients who are maybe in critical conditions, and we are told that they cannot be attended to unless they are admitted, and we get challenges, especially from the insurance. You find that you spend the whole day. The hospital cannot attend that patient. Whatever they are telling you that is that they still want more information from the hospital. So you can even spend the whole day with that patient, and he or she is in critical condition, and that patient cannot be attended to, or else you spend your other ways. So, sir, please, I think that one can be looked upon. And on that issue of welfare, sir, I would like to talk about issues of transfers. I'm a lady, and I believe there are other ladies, and I'm talking on behalf of other ladies and even men. With families. You find that your husband is transferred to maybe Northeastern, and the wife is transferred to maybe Coast Province, and you have children. And in most cases, women suffer a lot in raising the children. So in that, sir, I I wish you could even look upon that. Issues of family, we are suffering as ladies. For raising children without, raising children alone. And then there's, on that issue of transfers, I also wish, if at all, you can also consider, there are those cases where somebody is about to exit the service, and then he is transferred very far away from his or her home area. So, sir, I request the same to be looked upon. With that, okay, another thing is on, it's also on the transfer on the medical grounds. Sir, we thank you for your consideration for those officers who are, maybe they have complications or
can we have some silence? And also, you minimize movement. You know, as time progresses, you see chiefs, naona kama ule ako nje huko ako kwa WhatsApp. Yeah? We want a high level of discipline.
So as you consider,
just hold on. If you have to use the bathroom, that is okay. We are all the weather and our age and all that. But you just go to the bathroom and come back. So, tuende tupige story huko nje. Yes, Madam, proceed. And then let's listen. People listen to you, you need to listen to the others.
Okay, sir. As you consider transfers for those officers who are sick, I also wish you look upon those who are about to exit the service, that they may go to they may go and work to their home areas. And then another thing which I believe my fellow OCS did not touch is the issue of CPU. We have problems as the OCSs on issues whereby we are being brought some children, maybe it's during the night, and you find that you have nowhere to put that children, or to preserve those children, or to take care of them. So we will wish that if at all, you can consider, at least, if not every station to have a CPU, at least in every sub-county, sir, that we may be able to assist those children who are being brought to the stations, sir. I think for that few remarks, I say thank you, sir, and God bless you, sir.
Saa ingine kizungu ikishinda mtu anaongea Kiswahili, lugha zote inakubalika. Kwa fursa ya bwana waziri tunaambiwa twende the next level, the level ya sub county security teams. So but wamechanganyika, sio sub county moja. So kila mtu akipewa nafasi kama kawaida, I keep time. They are representatives. Yes, across the counties. I mean across sub counties. So tutaanza na, do we start with DCC? DCC, kindly come. Kennedy, Nyamboda. DCC amalize. So tuanze na APS. APS, kindly come. Then tufuate na the sub-county police commander, then we go to the CIA, then the DCC.
The CS, Ministry of Interior, National Administration, the IG, the elected leaders, all senior government officials present, all protocols observed. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Chief Inspector Edwin Ocheng from Isinya Sub-County. I'm the Deputy Sub-County AP Commander, ready to present to you the issues affecting the National Police officers. One is disturbance allowance. Sir, my request is that when the officers are being transferred, the disturbance allowance or transfer allowance should be paid upon departure to the next station. Most officers leave leave their current stations going to the next station, yet they don't have that transfer allowance. The next, mine is to request for more community policing in hotspot areas like Kitengela, Rongai, Kiserian. We realize that those areas are highly polarized as a result of the Genz demonstrations. If we can have a situation where we can engage the youths, the Genz in community policing forums, then we may reduce the impact of those demonstrations. The other one is profiling of the National Police officers. Members of the public have recently started profiling the members of the NPS, whereby they target the family members of the police officers. Therefore, it is my humble request that if the officers can be housed within the camps, then their families will be very safe. The other one is guidance and counseling. Someone talked about drug and substance abuse. My humble request on behalf of the officers is that if we have guidance and counseling sessions trickling down to the lower levels, that is the sub-county levels, county levels, even to the ward levels, even at the station levels, we will be able to manage those officers. They'll be able to be corrected, and therefore the commanders will have an easy time in commanding those officers. It is very difficult to command an officer who is a drunkard or who has a lot of stress and depression. The other one is security equipment. Sir, it is my humble request with the modern security equipment and to ensure higher security within the county and within the nation at large. Now, the other one, mine is to thank and the two DIGs. They have always shown esprit de corps. They have been working as a team, and that has helped. We have been working as a team because we have seen it from our leaders who are leading by example. It is not only the challenges, but something good we must also appreciate. So thank you very much, Afande, for that. Finally, may I take this opportunity to thank you, the CS Ministry of Interior, for creating time out of your busy schedule to come and listen to us. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. The CS, the IG, and all protocol observed. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Millicent Ochuka, the Sub-County DCI Commander, Kajiado North. I'm going to present a few challenges we have within the DCI in Kajiado County. First of all, sir, the challenges we have not made us not to perform. We have been trying. We find that the DCI officers, some of us have been taking long without getting promotions, some up to 20 years. And then on the issue of training, we find the DCI, we are getting few slots. When 35 officers are being taken in a squad of promotion, you can only find 5 DCI officers. So we request at the DCI that if something can be done on this issue so that we can get the number of the DCI officers who are going for training to be increased. We are also having these issues that the training of the DCI officers, it has taken some time that we are getting officers who are not trained, and most of these officers are getting recruited from the KPS, from the station level. So we request the IG, sir, if we can have officers to be transported from the station level so that we can have more DCI officers. You find like a station in Masuru, a station in Keserian, he's having 5 officers. These officers, sometimes we find that they are engaged in other duties. And when it comes, like when this month we had demonstration, it was difficult for the officers to mobilize and to get other officers so that they could have continued their operation. So we request if these stations having less officers, we can get more numbers through recruitment on talent spotting so that we increase the number of the DCI officers within Kajiado County. I've mentioned the issue of increase of officers. The manpower, this is always, I think, has been affecting our performance because we don't get enough officers most of the time. So I think it has been addressed and it is going to be considered. And most of the officers have mentioned about it. Logistically, sir, I'm in Kajiado North in Ngong, and I want to thank the Sub-County Police Commander and the OCS. We have been having a challenge because of fuel. I have a Land Cruiser, and I'm getting 450 liters. When it reached 20th of the month, the vehicle is grounded, and we sometimes share the fuel we have with the SIPO commander. So I'm requesting, sir, like the example of the demonstration we had, suppose it happens that we don't have a vehicle without a fuel. I'm requesting if we can get more fuel in case of such operations so that we cannot be grounded. I want to get straight to the matters of investigations, whereby we have been having challenges, sir. In Kajiado County, most of the cases, 3/4 of cases are land fraud cases. And on these matters, we have been having challenges with the land registry personnel. When we have these cases being investigated, sir, we find it is difficult for us to get documents from the records of the land registry because the personnel are not cooperating with us so that they can give us documents so that we continue the investigations. Another challenge we have is with the ODPP, sir. Like the recent case of demonstration, we have these cases of demonstration in Rongai, Kiseri, and I think in Isinya also. All these cases up to date, sir. We took these aspects to court. The charges have not been preferred. Some were released on lesser bond. Some were released on free bond. These people are still there working out there. And so far, the DPP has not assisted us in any way or the other so that we can get good charges for these people so that they can be convicted. We have been having challenges, sir. And we are requesting if something can be done so that these people who were arrested, and if the DPP can accept the charges we have given them, so that these people can take plea and be taken to court and they get conviction to deter them from doing such act again. Another issue we are having a challenge with the DPP, the same. We have cases which, when the files are completed and taken for further advice to the DPP officer, we have cases which have taken 3 months. The files were forwarded to the DPP 3 months ago, since May, and we are not getting the feedback. We are requesting if something can be done to enable us proceed and deliver to members of the public. I have an issue, as an example, with a case of rape in Kajiado West. This case, sir, we have a challenge because we took the suspect, 3 of them, and the DPP has not made any not informed. Deus Yes Magadi is here. Deus Yes Magadi police station. Magadi police station. Deus Yes is not aware of the same, sir. The matter was withdrawn, 2 matters were withdrawn from court. And in this matter, we found that according to the prosecution, they were telling us that the suspect and the complainant, they decided to agree together that the matter will be withdrawn so that it can be sorted at home. And to me, I find that justice has not been delivered to the victim. And these are the same people, sir, who are complaining that we have refused to arrest the suspect. We cannot arrest the suspect. They are being released on lesser bond. They are getting back to the ground. They are committing the same offense. Then we are getting complaint that there is somebody whom they suspect is a serial rapist and is a Tanzanian, and we cannot get this person because as per the operations we have done, the allegation is that this person has never been seen, and the people who have seen him has been blinded, and when he is cornered to be arrested, he is disappearing in a thin air. A fact which we try to get through investigation so that we can help these victims, of which we have not come to the truth of the matter. Hence, we find that these people who are arrested, taken to court, released, are the same people doing this heinous act again to these victims who are vulnerable, and they cannot be assisted because nobody is willing to help the police to get these people who are doing this matter at the same time. At the same time, sir, when the matter is being withdrawn in court, no police officer is being involved. So I'm requesting in this, if the DPP, we are requesting, I think other stations having the same thing, what I'm explaining here, let the DPP inform the investigating officers, inform the authority, the DCI, the OCS, when a matter is being withdrawn from court so that we know the reason why. So it has become difficult for us, sir, to pursue these cases of sexual offenses to enable victims get justice. We have, as the DCI, sir, we have been using different entities to make requests to enable us to investigate these cases reported to us. And we have delays of getting letters like Safaricom, Immigration Office, the Register of Persons. We are requesting, sir, if something can be done to these organizations, the authorities like the immigration, that when we make requests for letters to continue their investigations, let them not intimidate us. They give us the relevant documents to make the investigation continue, because when a case is taking long, justice delayed is justice denied. So we find that these organizations, Safaricom, KRA, and the Register of Persons are taking along with our letters to give us feedback to enable us proceed with the investigations. Last but not least, sir, being that the DCI fraternity, it is through intelligence that we gather information to enable us make arrest of these criminals and proceed further with investigations and operations. We request that if something can be done on the issue of funding this intelligence operation unit so that it can enable us to move from one place to another. The fact that, sir, we have these challenges every now and then in the police, we are able to deliver, and I promise that we are not going to let the National Police Service down, and we are going to leave service to members of the public. Thank you, sir.
As Tom come, Chief ndio naona mnatoka sana. Ukitaka kutoka kaende tu na kapototo kidogo, una saluti pale kabla hujatoka kwa keti, na wewe ndio kama una saluti tena. Ndio tuache kuona watu na mangamango kwa nje wanalala tu. So, karibu.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Tom Achia. And I'm the Sub-County Police Commander, Kajiado North. Yes, sir. I'm here to represent the Sub-County Police Commanders within Kajiado County. And I'll request you to allow me to ride on the protocols already observed. My remarks will actually begin and end with an assertion that nothing has gone wrong in Kajiado County. Na sisi kama police tuko hapa na tumeshikilia na tutashikilia mpaka dakika ya mwisho. Hakuna kitu itaharibika. That is my promise to you. And on behalf of the police officers of Kajiado County, the sub-county police officers within Kajiado County, and after we sat and agreed, I wish to sincerely thank you for your visit. And the commitment that you have shown to come around and listen to us. We as officers serving within this county, we are actually doing our work. And we are proud to be in the National Police Service. And we are happy. Hii kitengo ya police tumeshikilia. Na tutashikilia, hakuna kitu haribika. And the success of what we do will principally depend on us. It will depend on us purely, and by the end of the day, we will be calling ourselves successful out of what we have done. We could be having a few limitations and challenges which are there. And we condensed this, and actually what I'm going to tell you is in support of what has already been said by the station commanders and all other police officers who have talked here. There's the issue of welfare and motivation, because I've itemized eight items. And the first one is about welfare and motivation of officers. Many of our officers operate under strenuous conditions with limited resources and probably inadequate medical support. And we request accelerated implementation of the housing allowance policy and review of salaries to match the current difficult economic times. And in the alternative in reference to how the police are living today, it would be necessary to consider reverting to the previous arrangement that was there. So that, I think some speakers have mentioned why it is difficult at times to reach officers because of the intricacies associated with where they stay. So reverting to a collective way of keeping the officers is something that we are really looking into. And we support that. There is also the issue of psychological support services and routine mental health checkups, which should be strengthened, and especially due to the rising trauma-related incidences faced during the high-stress operations. Good practice in management of officers' health actually it should be associated with the best practice that we have seen worldwide. And today, research has it that Canada has the best example. And there are so many other countries in the world, especially in Europe and the US. So if we went that direction, we will be able through, number one, and number two, peer support programs, where those who are well trained can be used to can be used to support the ones who are less trained in trauma management. And number three, access to psychological services. That access should be made easy because actually continuous. It never comes to an end. We still live and work under the circumstances. A police officer sees and hears, actually what he sees and hears, 80% is bad in a day. It's only 20%. It will never end. That's why we need to have continuous access to psychological services. And we, on the same training on mental health awareness. Health problems. So that stigma reduction campaign should be and number two of my main points is adequate resources and logistics. This one has been spoken about time and again. And with the unique nature of Kajiado County, the vehicles that probably we'll be talking about is not just vehicles, but vehicles that can manage certain terrains in Kajiado County, particularly Kajiado West and Kajiado South. Because the road infrastructure is not so well at the moment. We are also keen on beseeching you to look into the issue of communication. We need to have modern radios in our vehicles to ease communication. It also assures of the privacy that comes with the communication of police information. Because due to the limitations that we have had associated with ensuring communication, we have suddenly embarked, we have found ourselves using the conventional communication modes that are there in the name of social media and so on, which is not very safe. If we went back and revisited what we used to have before, we will be able to be assured of how our communication goes. Kindly, on that same vein about logistics, it has been mentioned here, but maybe I can just repeat that adequate fuel budget should be looked into. Then number three is training and capacity building. Refresher and specialized courses should be made regular and accessible to all officers, particularly in areas like cybercrime, counterterrorism, gender-based violence response, and community policing. We also recommend a decentralization of in-service training. In-service training programs within the regional training centers closer to the Kajiado County population. Like in Kajiado, we are a bit unique because we boast of two colleges here. There is Kajiado, there is Magadi, and we have National Police Leadership Academy, which in as much as its level is supposed to be a bit higher, but occasionally when it is not occupied, we could be engaging it to do some in-service training courses, training and courses. There's the infrastructure development. Several police stations are posted in rural areas, operate with semi-permanent and dilapidated structures. Actually, this one has been mentioned all over, and we are not an exception. Although I have to give credit where it's due, that the CDF of Kajiado North has done tremendously well. And when you go to the facilities in Kajiado North, you'll find that they have adopted the rural recommended plans for, semi-urban recommended plans for police stations. And they have done it so well. And when you go, you'll find stations that are properly constructed and with good furniture. We sit in nice offices. I cannot complain about that. But in the rest of the county, probably you will find that there are some limitations in certain areas which need to be looked into. Then we have community engagement and policing. We commend that the government support to community policing and Nyumba Kumi initiative be enhanced. And to improve this will improve the public trust. We suggest more structured community dialogues, integration of chiefs and elders in conflict-prone areas, and enhancing civic education on rights and responsibilities. At the same time, discipline and accountability mechanisms must be fair, transparent, and supportive rather than punitive. We have witnessed this, that along the way we meet such challenges. Actually, this is in regard to promotion of on merit and discipline, and promotions should. It has been mentioned here. Actually, I won't emphasize much on that. That indeed promotions should be justly considerable, and be timely and based on merit, experience, and academic qualification. Because academic qualification also counts when you talk of discipline. And number 7, the issue of personnel significantly affects operations within the NPS. And this is in several ways, and it is one of the most pressing internal challenges facing the service in the following ways. Number 1, understaffing. Number 2, unequal distribution of officers. And number 3, low recruitment rates versus growing population growth. So we might not be able to get to the standard of the global standard ratio, but at least we should try endeavor to get somewhere. And finally, there has been a remarkable improvement in establishment of new sub-counties and police stations to meet the dynamic security demands without commensurate funding in terms of AIs. We have tried, and we appreciate that we have really moved closer to the people in terms of the institutions that have been created, the police stations and the sub-counties. But unfortunately, the funding somehow is not commensurate to that. And on that one, we still ask for logistics. And that's why I say that urgent attention needs to be focused on this issue for effective service delivery. There has been a mention of alliances here by the earlier speakers, but not from the police service. Indeed, certain areas here are a replica of what we see in other areas where we call the difficult areas. So we are actually requesting that some survey be done, and if we find that there are areas in Kajiado County that will attract allowances, and that is the hardship allowance, then that be implemented for us. And out of that, sir, we are committed to upholding professionalism, discipline, and the rule of law as members of the National Police Service. And with your continued support and policy interventions, we believe that the Kenya Police Service can transform into a modern, efficient, and people-centered institution. We thank you once again for your leadership and for granting us the opportunity to be heard. Thank you so much, sir.
Sub-County Police Commander umekaa sana lakini umeongea point ngojea tu tampea nini. Vile ameongea mambo mengi hivi. Huko mwingine yako na jambo kweli? And there are some issues out of the SPDs, the Sub-County Police Commanders. Huyu yako hapa nyuma onekani mzuri. Yako hapa. Yuko mwingine. Tunataka wajue ndio wakuja hapa wote pamoja. I know there are few because so dakika moja. Ukiona nimesema wajue umezidisha. Mimi ndio timekeeper. Dakika moja nikisimama unakata.
Thank you, sir. Our CS, and allow me to observe all the protocols that has been previously observed. My name is Mr. Ifantas Kariuki, the Sub-County Police Commander, Kajiado West. I want to specifically talk about Kajiado West as a sub-county. I won't repeat anything that has been said, sir. One, I will talk about the vastness that Kajiado West covers an approximate of 21,292 square kilometers, and in the police network, it covers two sub-counties, Kajiado West sub-county and Erangatawa sub-county. Both are the one sub-county police commander. Two, within that vastness, it has got only one police station, that is Magadi police station. And three, would consider the sub-county as a hardship area. Yes, 21,292 square kilometers, one police station. Directed to my recommendation, sir, I would request that we operationalize Erangatawa sub-county and posting on a sub-county police commander. We have got a DCC, we've got an APS commander, but you have no sub-county police commander there to assist us in serving the wananchi. Then we would request the upgrading of Kibiko police post, Ewasokidong police post, and my 46 police post to police stations. That will enable each and every of the two substations to have a police stations. And then we request also the gazettement and operationalization of Aeroporos police station. This is the sub-county police commander to serve members of the community within that Kisamis area. And lastly, we would request the Kajiado West to be included as hardship area for officers there to enjoy the services. Thank you, sir.
Wacha nikumbushe participant once again. Nimesema kama unataka kwenda nje pale before you go out, then when you are coming back, you also salute the guest. And you remember you made him that msitoke kuwa na decorum kidogo. Kutembea ovyo ovyo sio mzuri. Ukiona watu wameenda wengi, kind don't go out. Ngojea mpaka warudi. So bwana waziri, niko na watu wa sub-county teams, security teams ambaye hawajaongea, KWS na Kenya Forest, na pia tuko na prison. Kindly let's allow them 1 minute each so that they can have some time to vent. Kindly tuanze na KWS. Mambo yako najua ni mingi sana. 1 minute. Ukiona nimesimama unakata.
Jambo sir. Good afternoon, sir. Our cabinet secretary, our protocols observed. Thank you for giving this opportunity to say a few things about KWS and what we are doing in this county. Sir, KWS is well represented in Kajiado County. We have 6 stations dealing with matters of human-wildlife conflict and protection of wildlife and their habitats. Secondly, sir, Kajiado, we have a lot of wildlife in community land, and that is why we have a lot of human-wildlife conflict cases in this county. We are number 2 after Taita Taveta in terms of wildlife conflict intensity. We are doing all it takes as a service to ensure that we are supporting the community in proactive human-wildlife conflict patrols and also community engagement. We have had more than 3,000 human-wildlife conflict patrols this financial year. We have also had more than 50 community engagement meetings in order to support them in terms of wildlife-human conflict. So also, currently, we are having community wildlife conservation committee sitting at Kajiado for the next 12 days. They are sitting to deliberate on all claims relating to human-wildlife conflict from 2021 up to date, so that they can be paid, the communities can be paid their claims. I can attest, sir, that the government is very supportive in compensating the community, the current government, because since 2023 to date, we have seen an increase in payment of the claims. We have had 176 million paid to the communities. That is all I can say for now, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. All protocols observed. My name is SSP Charles Oturo, Officer in Charge, Kajiado Prison, also the County Prisons Commander. Sir, as of today, we have 1,033 inmates in custody across our county. That is Loitoktok Prison, Kajiado Prison, Kitengela Prison. Sir, our institution as at now, calm, safe, and very clean, sir. And I want to assure my colleagues, the police, that there's enough food for them to not to worry to bring people. If there are crime, watu chakula iko, sir. Sir, allow me just to reiterate on a few items that have been said by my officers here. The challenges that face us cut across the discipline forces, but two stand out for me. One is the SHA workability. Staff are saying, yes, they are enjoying the services, but there's one issue about system being out most of the time, the down system. Sir, you know, most of the discipline officers, they depend entirely on SHA. And if it is working the way it is working, and then now a system downtime is injuring it, we request your office, and so that you can push to make sure that the officers enjoy it very well, because we use it. And lastly, is for, they told me that hardship allowance. It has been said here. Sir, even you today, you can appreciate. Kajiado smells like a bit of hardship. Kwa umbali si sana. So the officers are saying that they be considered alongside us. We know there are changes going on in the mapping of the areas. So, sir, we would really appreciate if that comes through. Otherwise, thank you, sir, and be blessed.
Good afternoon, sir. Bana CS, all protocol observed. I'm Superintendent Ruben Otieno Chanda, working for Kenya Forest Service, Kajiado. On behalf of the County Forest Conservator, me, I'm in charge of security, forest protection and security within the county. So within the county, we have 3 stations, that is Ngong Hills, Namanga, and Loitoktok, totaling to 16,841 hectares. That is what we are managing within the county. On the same, we are also supporting the county government of Kajiado in protecting and managing the forest. Especially we have the Enterara forest in Loitoktok, that is in Kajiado South. So, sir, I don't have much to say, but I have 1 or 2. Our target as the county towards the achievement of the 15 billion, if you may be aware, in Kajiado we have a target of 620, estimate of 620 million. And we are doing good because we are getting the support from other institutions, the security agencies, and the institutions within the Kajiado County. So maybe I have one request, sir. When you are also considering the leasing of the vehicles for other security agencies, especially the police, the APs, please consider other security agencies like Kenya Forest Service and maybe KWS, because that is, we have a major challenge on issues of mobility. Thank you, sir, and God bless you.
Mbona mwaplesi speakers, all of them. Thank you very much. Kabla ya DCC kuja, nataka wazee wakuja hapa mbele, wakae hapa karibu. Iko mzee anaitwa Jeremia Teti, si yako? Akuja hapa mbele. County Peace Chair, mzee Teti. Iko mwingine anaitwa mzee Kodonyo, ule komuni polisi wa mifugo. Kaendelea mkuje mkae hapa mbele. Kuna Joshua Sapul, chama de Bonda Bonda. Kuna Mustafa Abdi, mkuje mkae hapa mbele. This is your budget. Okay. So bwana DCC, karibu tuwe remarks kwa niaba wengine.
Sir, thank you, sir.